Hey guys, I am coming today to answer two very specific questions. They're time sensitive, so I wanted to make sure I got these questions to you, or the answers to these questions to you, before I put out any other videos. So the first one is in my comments. You can go down and look. It's by Candace Shy. Hi, Candace. And your question at the end is, curious as to why you traveled to New Orleans for surgery. I don't currently have a surgeon because I relocated to Georgia from Ohio, so I'm looking. If you have any videos that addresses that, can you direct me to them? God bless you on this journey. Thank you, Candace. Well, the long and short of that is that I decided to go to New Orleans for surgery because the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery, if you do any research on it, you'll see that they are literally leading. Oh, my house is making noises, the wind. But they are leaders in the field of breast reconstruction. There are things like the apex flap that they are doing there, which has to do with, that's like a decision that's made in surgery, but it has to do with like how your blood vessels are wired down there, because, you know, within the DIEP flap, they use the DIEP stands for the deep interior epithelial perforator. I think I said it correctly. But it's like a huge blood vessel. It's a perforator that supplies blood to the muscles. And some people's run straight up and down. Some people's go between the muscles. So the apex is a way to preserve the muscle for those whose blood vessels are just kind of like all over the place. And that is something that's only done there, or they've pioneered it. And I think I knew that I wanted to go there because I had complications from radiation, as y'all know. And with that complication, plus just constantly hearing like, well, this person does it, but that's not all they do. Like, I just wanted to go to the specialist. You know, whoever specialized in this particular thing, that's who I want to go to. So both my oncologist and my plastic, I don't remember if they suggested it or if I mentioned it to them and they were like, yes, go to New Orleans. So with those two things were basically the main reason why I chose to go to New Orleans. Now, I inquired first. The first thing you need to do is just make a phone call and submit your insurance, or just explain your situation. And there are people whose entire job is to help you navigate that. When I made the first phone call, I think it was in 2018, early 2018, because at first I was going to go to PRMA in Texas, and my primary care wasn't so comfortable with that. So I was like, let me hold off for a little bit. But when I called the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery, and she took a look at my benefits, and she was like, well, you don't have coverage, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's another video I need to make because that's a long thing to explain. But just make the phone call. Have your insurance ready. If you don't have insurance, I think they'll even, help you navigate that. But there's even a person to help you with your travel. And I know I was granted through the Mercy Medical Angels, I was able to have my travel covered for free. Well, no, not completely free. I still had to pay some. I paid my bags both ways, like my bags and Amber's bags both ways, and I paid for like a processing fee, but then, which was like maybe 170 something, and I stayed at the Hope Lodge, which was completely free, which was a godsend. Oh my gosh. So those are two huge things that people often worry about that were just like completely taken off like the table for me. So I know that's not like specific to me. So I would definitely, my doctor was Dr. Witten Wise. I know the founding doctors are, I think, Dr. Sullivan and Dr. Delacroix. I don't think I'm saying their one of the other name correctly, but I think you should look into it. I think a lot of times, as I was looking around, I didn't see very many people who looked like me, like patients. wise. First of all, because young Black women getting cancer is just, well, that's another can of worms. But you have options, and that's the difference between an HMO and a PPO. They were out of network for me, but with my employer, I was able to get 80% coverage for out of network. So 80% of all of my costs, like medical costs associated with going or with the facility, was covered. I kind of talk about this in my financial planning video, which I'll link as well. But I think I need to go into more detail about how I planned for this. So if you have any other questions, seriously, just let me know down below. The other one was so I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, just let me know. Candace Shy. Excalibur 18 now. Your question was, how does it feel to go to sleep? So I have myself like kind of going out of it in my double mastectomy video, which I'll also link, or put a card or something up here. Hope I remember to do that. But that is, when I say that is the least of your concerns. They give you, at least at my hospital where I had the surgery, I had it initially, my double mastectomy at Suburban Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland. And then the second one was at, like my DIEP flap was at the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I think, I don't remember the name of the medication, but they give you something through, like you have your IV. One of the first things they do when you go down to like when they like intake you and you sit down in the hospital bed or whatever, is hook you up to, like, they set up like a hand IV. So that was so simple. I know he pushed in, maybe I don't even know where that footage is, but they push in like a medication, and I remember feeling like, ooh, I feel woozy, and I remember being like, I don't do drugs, but it felt fine. It felt good. It just feels like, ooh, it's not painful. Well, at least for me. Everyone is different, and you may react differently, but it felt like, this feels good. And with this second, like, time, like, and I don't even remember it from my first, like, the double mastectomy. I remember being in the hallway, but after that, I really don't remember anything. I don't know. It's just an odd mix of medication. And then this time, again, all I remember is being wheeled, like saying bye to Amber. And I feel like I looked at a patient because I was wheeling out of like a patient waiting area, and I don't even remember going through the double doors to go to surgery. Like, you just knock out, and then I woke up and I was in my room, and it was like the afternoon, and like Dr. Phil was on TV or something. It was so like, didn't feel like anything. It was just like, like nothing. So that is probably the best part. That's actually what I had been looking forward to. I was like, I just want to sleep. I just want to have uninterrupted sleep, even though it's not really sleep, because like clearly they're doing a lot to your body, and your body is working to keep you alive with like assistive technology, you know, being like breathing machine, and you have a catheter, and there's all this going on. You're just not conscious of it. But I think life has been so stressful that I was just like, I just need to like, so that's what surgery was for me. And that's what that medication, like, it didn't feel like anything, but if it did feel like something. The first time I had it, it felt like, ooh, woozy, but it felt good. So yeah, I hope I answered y'all's questions. Let me know if you have any others. You can find me on Instagram at justbeinc, or you can email me at iamdionjane@gmail.com. All right.